The Hornets coming to an Eastern Conference contest in this game. You're in for a treat as we bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony and Doris Burke reporting from the sidelines. You look at Chicago. They return victorious from an undefeated road trip back to the loving embrace of their hometown faithful.
And for Chicago, they find themselves as just a middle-of-the-road team this year. Opponents they would have blown away last season are giving them all they can handle at this point.
You know, mentally and emotionally, they just don't seem nearly as tough as a year ago. Hard to figure where that went.
All right, let's set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. On the court for the Hornets, Zeller and Jefferson are inside. Jeremy Lamb out there with Kemba Walker. And it's Kid Gilchrist in at the small forward position. Now here's Rose. 4 on the clock. That's a 2 from Butler. They get it again. The shot no good. And here's Charlotte. It's a 3-point game. Here's Walker. Derrick Rose grabs the miss.
And guys, there's no doubt Walker has a lot of the tools needed to be a great point guard. But his shooting percentage is really what has kept him from making the leap. Just not as consistent as he needs to be. And a lot of it has to do with shot selection. That also has to improve.
Now here's Gasol. In the game against Philadelphia, very impressive.
Yeah, sloppy D there. You can't let him get the ball in his hands down there.
Extremely untidy on the defensive end. I mean, when he gets it in that close, that's an easy bucket.
Here's Walker. Turned in an outstanding game against New York. And Kid Gilchrist gets it to go in. Just thinking again about Kemba Walker's field goal percentage, Greg. You were talking about shot under 40%, Clark, from the floor last year.
Yeah, and I think so much of shooting percentage is a function of shot selection. That's 3 out of the last 4 seasons now under 40% for Kemba. In order to be an elite point guard, that number's got to go up.
The Hornets have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Lamb passes to Walker. The pick for Walker. Inside, Gasol with the steal. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Gasol, a screen on Walker. Rose attacking. Here's Mirotic. It's rebounded by Jefferson. Charlotte leading by 3. And Walker kicks to Lamb. It's Kid Gilchrist on the wing. Covered by Mirotic. And stolen by Mirotic. And oh, here we go. Dunleavy's got it, the fast break chance. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup. Give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence. You know, Jimmy Butler is one of those guys who had to overcome major odds just to get to the NBA. Reportedly, his father abandoned the family when Jimmy was an infant. Mom kicked Jimmy out when he was 13. The obstacles and adversity go on, yet he's made it and made it big.
And really just a lack of awareness on his part. Just no idea he was right near the line.
Charlotte has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter.
And for Big Al Jefferson, he's been a great player in this league, but he hasn't played on that many great teams, and he's never made an all-star team. Hard to imagine.
And for Al Jefferson, never making an all-star team, he's got the numbers on offense to get him there. People just feel he's probably, Clark, one-dimensional?
Well, you know, even though the all-star game has no defense for the most part, you usually need to play a little bit of D to have a chance to get there.
Butler attacking, shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. Butler's got 6.
Oh, great move to get to the rack there against the guy who doesn't really just have the strength to be able to keep him away from the rim.
Zeller dishes to Kid Gilchrist. Just 5 to shoot. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over.
Yeah, baby, groovy.
Chicago trailing here. Now here's Rose. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Butler passes to Gasol. Just 5 on the clock. Kid Gilchrist with the steal. Now here's Lamb. He's tightly guarded. And oh, here we go. Rose, nobody back. Hammers it down off the coast-to-coast break.
Just a good, solid, aggressive finish there on the break.
Not going to get much easier than that, Greg. Simple.
Outside, Walker. He kicks it to Zeller. Now here's Lamb, defended by Butler. 5 to shoot. Lamb, good.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Now here's Rose. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. It's on Al Jefferson.
And there was a question of whether or not Derrick Rose would be able to get back to his former self. At times last season, you could see him back in that MVP form.
And with Rose again, he showed flashes last season of his level of play, Clark, before the injury.
Yeah, exactly. And you hate to see any player go down with injuries, especially a talent like Derrick Rose. He still needs to show that he can regain that high level of NBA play for an entire season. I think that's just a matter of time.
Just 5 to shoot. Here's Lamb. No good. Some solid defense from Butler. Putting over 50%. Rose attacking. It's tipped. It's stolen by Lamb. And here we go. Fast break. Kid Gilchrist has got it.
The defense to start and ignite that play was terrific. And I love the fact that they attacked early in the shot clock.
And really look for them now to be even more aggressive on the defensive side. Try to come up with a few more steals.
Rose kicks to Gasol. Back to Rose. Got a piece of it. Baseline J on the way, and the jumper is good. Rose has got 5 now.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
After making it to the playoffs in 2014, the Hornets couldn't repeat the feat in 2015. A slow start probably, Greg, more than anything else did him in.
Really disappointing season coming in with such high expectations, and 33-49 just not good enough to get into the playoffs in any season.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Joakim Noah is checked in for Gasol. Gibson comes in for Mirotic. And Tony Snell subbed in for Mike Dunleavy. Now Rose, after Jeremy Lamb's three-pointer that didn't go. Stolen by Walker. It's stolen. Here's Snell. Throws down the breakaway jam.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
Off the pick, and Jefferson gets it to go. Jefferson's got it all tied up now for Charlotte.
You know, for the Hornets, they've not made consecutive playoff appearances since the team moved to New Orleans back in 2002. They just haven't been able to stay consistent enough to make it to the playoffs back-to-back years.
Now here's Rose. 5 points in the game. Launches a three, and Jeremy Lamb, the bucket on the assist by Walker. Now it's a 3-point Hornets lead for Chicago. They've gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame.
And guys, what's rough for the Hornets is that they were a consistent playoff fixture in the late 90s. Still, the team has never made it to the conference finals in its franchise history, and that should be a goal for them in the coming years.
The Hornets have gone 7 of 13, just over 50% from the floor. Some good looks. Lamb with the ball. He has 7. It's rebounded by Noah.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys, but as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
Pass to Butler. Lets it go with the 3. And the rebound goes to the Hornets.
Well, I tell you what, that's fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. The key there was not to give him much space before he took that shot.
And really, Clark, that's the only way you're going to stop him. The defender was all over him with a hand right in his face. How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Butler missing again.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
And Kid Gilchrist gets it to go in.
Assist goes to Kemba Walker. Timeout for the Bulls.
And the first timeout of the game called for Chicago.
And injuries once again were a central theme of the Bulls season last year. Losing Rose was one thing, but then having Jimmy Butler lose a lot of time put them in such a tough spot.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Doug McDermott comes in for Jimmy Butler, and it's Brooks in for Rose. Now here's McDermott, and it's Gibson finishing it off.
It's almost as if both teams are in a zone.
Well, offensively at least, partner. I mean, neither team's done jack diddly on D.
And for the Bulls and injuries, a lot of teams plan for these type of things. There's only so much Clark you can do to mitigate losing your starting backcourt.
But I tell you, great respect and admiration for the Bulls for how they fought through the difficulty. I mean, their front court did what they could. The injuries, once again, I thought turned the Bulls from championship contenders to just a playoff team.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Charlotte.
They've made the commitment to get out and run, and it's paid off with some highlight reel plays in transition.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
And he's good on the second.
You know, I thought Charlotte went to their bench as much as most other teams last season. Those guys ate up time for the starters, but weren't nearly efficient scoring the ball as you might want them to be.
Now here's Brooks with some arc, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. For the Hornets last season, their bench was weak at times. They just couldn't really score that well.
And the Hornets bench was the only bench to shoot under 40% from the floor for the season.
And both free throws good for Brooks.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Outside, Lynn. Here's Walker. Charlotte no good that time either.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Brooks against Walker. Now here's Brooks. Defense is right there. That ties the game. Noah's got his first points of the night.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
Now here's Walker. Hansbrough setting the pick for Walker. They get it back. Kaminsky, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. It's going to be on Doug McDermott. The Hornets shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And a season ago, they hit about 75% of their free throws.
The free throw drops for Kaminsky. Both shots good from the stripe. Chicago was as strong as they would have hoped for last season at home in the United Center. A lot of big wins for them here.
Yeah, and despite all the injuries, they go 27-14 at home, and that helped to assure them of home court in the first round of the playoffs.
Now here's Brooks. McDermott dishes to Gibson. He feeds it to Noah. Got a hand on it. And here we go. Fast break. Lynn's got it. Left side, Walker. To the middle. Here's Hansbrough. And Gibson sends it back.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Yeah, nothing major. Not a huge advantage, but certainly a good sign for them going forward. You know, you look back on the Bulls' record last year with 27 home wins. That's pretty solid. Same exact total as they had the year before. They haven't gone below 500 at home since 2008.
Now here's Brooks. After Jeremy Lin's miss. Pass to Snell. There's the three. And it's Lin with the rebound. Charlotte in the lead. Outside, Batum. And that one's good. Batum's got his first points of the game. Chicago has gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Here's Brooks. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low. And I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation. But, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all.
And before the game, we heard from Kemba Walker. He talked about his mentality when he steps out onto the
play free. You know, just play.
You know, he may be having fun, but I'm not so sure playing street ball is really working out for Kemba, who needs to shoot better than 38% for the Hornets to go anywhere, doesn't he?
I'd have to agree with you. I mean, what might be better than continue playing forever is to take your game to a new level, and that's going to take some discipline. I think Kemba has more than enough talent to be able to do that, but that's his challenge moving forward.
And off we go, a close game now starting the second quarter. And when you consider how Charlotte is doing, guys, what do you think?
It's been about the pace. You can see they're going to try to keep this game in the open floor.
Yeah, and, you know, it's been a tempo that they like, and they're getting some easy buckets in transition here.
On the court for the Hornets, Zeller is out there with Batum. Then it's Jeremy Lin. Then it's Jeremy Lamb. And it's Kaminsky in at the 5 down low. Pick by Zeller. Lin the pass to Zeller. Can't get it to go. Some solid defense from Gasol. Butler kicks to Snell. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
Lin dishes to Lamb. Charlotte no good that time either.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
And that one's good. Now it's a 7-point Bulls lead.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. Overall, a down year for the Hornets in the 2014-15 season. A big part of that was that they would struggle on the road.
Yeah, and you know they had playoff aspirations, but as you said, those aspirations derailed because of the road struggles.
That one is off.
And last season, the Hornets ended with only 14 road wins. Even when they made the playoffs in 2014, they weren't a team that traveled well. It's something the team needs to figure out in order to get back into the postseason.
Bulls making a switch here. Dunleavy's checked in. The Hornets also with a sub. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist is checked in for Nicholas Batum. Shot clock at 6. And Rose wide open. He shoots. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark.
And, you know, as you mentioned, the road record for the Hornets was not that good. I mean, they really struggled late in the year when they seemed to almost give up. They lost their last 7 road games and 9 of their last 10.
The shot by Butler, nobody around. It's good. This time the assist from Rose.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Here's Lynn. And again, the Hornets missing.
Yeah, the offense seems completely in disarray.
Exactly. But at the other end, it's one bucket after the other. This run is getting out of hand right now.
There's Rose with the three. The Hornets pull it in. Zeller's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Lynn. At the elbow, Zeller. Drains it from 17 feet out. Zeller's got his first 2 points.
I mean, even he was surprised to be that open.
Now Rose. He has 5. Rose, a screen on Zeller. Over in the corner, Rose. Gasol setting the pick for Rose. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. And stolen by Zeller. Outside, Lynn. Zeller, a screen on Rose. Lynn the pass to Zeller. Kaminsky kicks to Lamb. Kaminsky sets the pick for Lamb. A floater.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
That's good. 17 points for Butler. And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Bulls.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots, a key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunity. They're really keeping it up-tempo so far.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
I was able to listen in on what Steve Clifford was going over with his team. He told Kid Gilchrist that he wants their offense to run through him. Coach has a lot of faith in him offensively and let his players know it, insisting that he be at the forefront of what they do at that end of the court from here on out. Guys, they've got a decent hole to dig themselves out of, but still a lot of time left to do it. We'll see if those adjustments help.
Thanks again, Doris. Here's Lamb, and he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Lamb's got 11. And the Bulls with possession. They're on a 14-4 run right now. And Moore kicks to Dunleavy. Gasol attacking. Butler on the wing. And they double up Butler. The pass to Dunleavy. Pulls from the top of the key. The shot is off. Some solid defense from Kid Gilchrist. Well, guys, no secret that Al Jefferson has never been known for his defense. Clark, mostly viewed as an offensive player.
Yeah, he really is strong down in the low post. But last season, Jefferson went out of his way to change that no defense perception of him.
And Lamb kicks to Jefferson. Lynn. But they get it back. Feeds it to Jefferson. Jefferson setting the pick for Lynn. And good. He got the English that time as it falls.
And you know, it's what spurred Jefferson to kind of rededicate to defense when he realized teams would pick on him and make him the focal point of their attack.
And Mirotic kicks to Dunleavy. And it's off from three-point range. Hornets trail by 6. Lamb dishes to Lynn. There's the triple. That one drops, and he's now 2 for 5.
And for Jefferson and his defense, players know when they are being targeted. So good for Big Al to do something about it.
And here is Moore. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. And it's going to be a 3-second call. Chicago making some changes. Joakim Noah's checked in for Gasol. Gibson comes in for Mirotic. And it's Doug McDermott in for Mike Dunleavy. Tyler Hansbrough's checked in for Charlotte. Walker comes in for Jeremy Lamb. And it's Kid Gilchrist penetrating. No good, his first miss after 3 makes.
And fancy finishes like that look great, but man, it's embarrassing when you blow them.
Moore against Walker. Right side, Butler. And they double up Butler. Here's McDermott. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got 3 assists in the game.
You know, I think, Kevin, they took a bit of a chance. Another guy open out there.
That's doubting for Chicago. They won that game against Philadelphia. Noah the screen to the middle. Kid Gilchrist with the steal. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Walker leading the charge. Moore with the block. Nobody near Kid Gilchrist. And 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score. Butler attacking. Dishes it to McDermott. Puts up a 3. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Out to the right wing. Here's Lynn. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it. Lynn's got 7 points.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
There's the pick. Gibson passes to Moore. In the corner, it's McDermott. And again, no good by Chicago. Last outing for Chicago, they won that game against the 76ers in Philadelphia. Kid Gilchrist, no luck.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one, short-stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
Here's Moore. It's rebounded by Kid Gilchrist. Hornets trail by 3. It's Jefferson, top of the key. And there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That is his first foul of the game.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
Tony Snell's checked in for the Bulls. Brooks comes in for Ejuan Moore. And a switch here also for Charlotte. Batum's checked in. Hansbrough setting the pick for Lynn. That's off. It's his 4th miss in 7 tries. Bulls have had a great rebounding team for a long time now. Last season was no different.
Yeah, so many categories to measure how well a team rebounds. The Bulls were in the top 3 in almost all of them.
Noah with the block. Snell kicks to Brooks. Gibson the screen. Over to the wing. Now the dish to McDermott. 3-pointer. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
With this lead, they're playing confidently, showing a quick trigger from beyond.
Yeah, and the perimeter shots, though, Greg, not really falling at a good clip here. So I think they may have to back out of that a bit and not settle for those jump shots.
And watching Kemba Walker play, so explosive. An undersized floor general, nasty crossover. Really a scorer's mentality. Maybe too much of a scorer's mentality to ever be a great assist man.
Greg, talking about Walker, you have to love the way he competes, his willingness, Clark, to put the team on his shoulders and carry him.
Love that competitive spirit of his. They're actually figuring out how to use him best, but he's such a dynamic offensive player. You've got to give him room to be creative at that end. And, you know, guys, Taj Gibson now has 6 full seasons in the NBA, already 30 years old. Seems like just yesterday he was being drafted.
Getting back to Gibson, he was one of the oldest college freshmen in the country at age 21, played 3 years at USC. Then he was one of the oldest players in the 2009 draft, even though he declared as a junior.
Yeah, I think the NBA is the only profession where it hurts you to have a lot of experience coming out, because that's one reason why he did drop. I mean, had he been a couple years younger, with his length and athleticism, he very well could have been a top 10 pick. But I tell you what, the Bulls are happy that he wasn't.
And the call will be against Joakim Noah. That is his first foul of the game. And so here's Charlotte. They trail by 3. Brooks against Walker. Jefferson, a screen on Brooks. Walker from 12 feet out. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. And that's now 6 points for Al Jefferson. Brooks kicks to Gibson. Back to Brooks. To the paint. They get a hand on it. And again, Chicago, no good. Charlotte has gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. There's Lynn with the three. The shot no good. Nice D from Brooks. It's a close game here in Chicago. There's 45 seconds left in the second quarter. Outside Gibson. Back to Brooks. 5 on the clock. Down low. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Snell's got 4 points this quarter.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
And with that, the Chicago lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Walker.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
There's got to be a wall of defense when it comes to attacking the paint. Plain and simple.
For Chicago, they have shot 75% at the stripe, 6 of 8. The first one falls. Both teams will make substitutions. He's perfect from the line this time. 11 seconds left in the second quarter. Pass to Lynn. Shoots. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Brooks from outside. What a play. Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
And that is simply a dagger on the way to the locker room. That three-pointer feels like a 6-pointer coming when it did right at the end of the half.
And that concludes the first half. Bulls lead by 6. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, guys, I'm here with Al Jefferson. And Al, what's the strategy been so far defensively? And
it's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Big-time play throughout the first half for Jimmy Butler. He ended up with 17 points, 3 rebounds, and 3. And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is about to.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. We are seeing a tremendous game from Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, he's playing just a smart game overall offensively, looking for and finding the gaps in the defense, and also terrific shot selection.
Greg, that's exactly what we're talking about when we talk about being efficient as an offensive player. Fully on display there with him.
Butler teamed with Dunleavy on the perimeter. Pau Gasol is out there with Mirotic, and it's Rose in at the 1 spot. And that's the group for Fred Hoiberg as we begin the second half. Outside, Walker goes up on the wing. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Walker's got 11 points.
When they pulled up from mid-range, more often than not, they've buried it.
And that shot might not be the #1 option, but if the D will give it to you and you get it in rhythm, that's the one to take.
And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a 3-point play chance right here. 1 free throw coming up.
And Steve Clifford might not be the most famous coach in the NBA, but he has plenty of experience, and everyone in the league knows exactly how well-versed he is as a coach.
No good. And the Bulls going the other way now. And Butler, here we go. Here's Dunleavy. Jefferson with some nice D. Hornets trail by 9. Here's Kid Gilchrist. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And Kid Gilchrist had that very funky jumper coming into the league. And prior to last year, it really worked tirelessly. Not an easy thing to do to try to change the entire form and structure of your jump shot.
Clark for Kid Gilchrist, and his shot. It seemed to be a step in the right direction for his entire offensive game.
Well, Kevin, it was in the mid-range percentage has gone up as a result. That's positive progress.
Near the three-point line, it's done leaving, and that one goes long.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Walker against Rose. Here's Jefferson, and the Hornets miss again.
I think in that situation, it was a nice try to create some space for himself with the fadeaway.
Rose against Walker. Rose dishes to Gasol. Right side Rose. Butler. The Hornets pull it in. Walker against Butler. And Walker kicks to Jefferson. Over Mirotic. And it's blocked by Mirotic. Goes back up. Charlotte no good that time either.
Ooh, and this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
He dishes it to Rose. Outside Gasol. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. Hornets trail by 8. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Lamb, good.
And those are two teammates right there working in rhythm. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Rose goes in, and he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
And how about a little bit of showmanship there as he increases the lead?
Oh, I like that. That's got to be, though, a tough pill for the defense to swallow.
Well, he's a guy that you know can hurt you with his passing, and right there, he does some damage with his finishing, too.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
Gasol setting the pick for Rose. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Gasol, and that one comes up a bit short.
That's a huge part of what they want to do defensively. Limit his easy chances inside.
Rose against Walker. Shoots from the elbow. And Gasol sends it back. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Gasol. The Bulls making a switch here. McDermott's checked in. Here's Lamb, and he comes off the screen and slams it through.
Boy, Jefferson got really physical on that screen to help set the shot up.
For Chicago, they've gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. Outside Butler. Mirotic, the screen. Rose kicks to Mirotic. 4 on the clock. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. 6 points for Nikola Mirotic.
Great opportunity right there. He's got such tremendous length. He can just rise up and get separation for the 3.
Kicks it to Walker. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. It's on Jimmy Butler.
What a game here for Walker. He has 15 points, and the assist numbers, tremendous.
His court vision is on par with anybody. I mean, he could not pass the ball any better than he is right now.
Morris checked in for the Bulls. The Bulls leading by 3. Rose passes to Moore. Back to Rose. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Rose has got 4 points this quarter.
Some big points there. I mean, they got him on a nice play to get the ball right to the bucket.
And exactly what they're looking for down the stretch, Clark. Just more of the same.
Walker with a clean look. Charlotte no good that time either.
Guys, the Bulls defense was as stout as ever last season. A big part of that is they have guys that challenge you inside and at the rim. Even off the bench, all of their bigs are mobile and protect the basket.
To the right side. The feed now to Jefferson. And he gets the bucket. Jefferson's got 8.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Pass to Gasol. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free throws.
And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Bulls.
We've seen them make the extra effort from a defensive standpoint, closing out airspace and sending shots back.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Taj Gibson's checked in for Mirotic, and Tony Snell subbed in for Ejuan Moore.
Boy, just an excellent assist. Nice work from Kemba Walker.
Now here's Rose. He's got 11. Outside Gasol. Back to Gibson. He kicks to Rose from outside the arc. Rebounded by Kaminsky. Hornets trail by 5. And the dunk by Zeller.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg. Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
Snell from outside. Walker with the rebound. Walker's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Batum dishes to Lamb. Walker, the open look, and unable there to get the go-ahead bucket.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
Gasol kicks to McDermott. Looking for Gibson. He gets it there, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
And did you see the screen that was set for him? I mean, that was how he got to the hoop.
It was the classic screenplay. It won't show up in the box score, but that screen deserves an assist.
Absolutely, Kevin. I mean, that took the defender right out of the play.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Here's Gasol, and foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Some good numbers for Gasol. He has 9 points and a pair of blocks to go along with those.
And he's been standing tall when they needed it. And Charlotte had a lot of momentum going into last season off that playoff appearance, but they just stumbled out of the gates last season and spent the whole year playing catch-up.
Brooks checked in for Rose. The Hornets also changing it up. Hansborough's come in for Zeller, and it's Jeremy Lin in for Walker.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Textbook. Really, when you look at how they're playing, they are having their way down low.
Brooks kicks to Gasol. Inside, here's Gibson, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
Now for the Hornets, they seemed to get back on track last January, but they faded Clark quickly after that and were too far behind to make up room and get in the playoffs.
And, you know, they had a rash of injuries, Kevin, and that really did them in. All in all, it was a season that just didn't have any traction for them because of the injuries.
Here's Lamb. No good. Nice D from Brooks. Chicago leading. Gibson with the screen on Lynn. McDermott, no one around him, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks. Brooks has got 3 assists tonight.
Effective screen set there for the jump shot. That was the key to the play.
And Lamb kicks to Kaminsky. Here's the 3, and that one's good. Kaminsky's got 5.
You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot the D can afford to give him.
Brooks with him. He's got 7. Gasol, a screen on Lynn. Brooks, the pass to Gasol. Gasol missing again.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense. Right back to the basics there, using the one-hand slam for that one.
Doesn't he make the basics look pretty exceptional?
Yeah, he does. They look sweet when he does them.
And he better stay with those basics because this game is still yet to be determined.
Here's Lynn. Rebounded by Snell. Snell's got his 3rd rebound tonight. The Bulls leading by 3. 1:03 left in the 3rd quarter of the game. Gasol wide open. He fires. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim.
He's finding all kinds of ways to get it done. What?
Here is Lynn. He has 7. Over in the corner, Batum. Charlotte no good that time either. Chicago has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Outside Gasol. Back to Brooks. Here's Gibson. The rebound by Hansbrough. Hornets trail by 5. Now Lynn. There's a screen by Hansbrough. And a wide open look for Lynn. Can't make good off the screen. And that's going to do it for the 3rd quarter. It's Chicago up by 5. And we're just moments away from the start of the 4th quarter. Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the 4th quarter. A terrific game so far. The Hornets shooting about 42% so far. And on the court for Charlotte as we start the 4th. We've got Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Kemba Walker is out there with Jeremy Lin. Then there's Batum, and it's Jefferson in at the center position. No good from 11 feet.
That's what we call good defense in the paint. Worth its weight in gold.
It absolutely is, and maybe even more than that. I mean, you saw it right there. Without his presence, that's an easy basket.
Rose against Walker. Noah dishes to Butler. Shot clock at 5. And here's Rose outside. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Batum's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And Walker kicks to Kidd-Gilchrist. Over to the left wing. Batum a screen on Butler. Off the pick. Count that one. The Bulls' lead has been cut down now to just 3 on the basket from Lynn.
Very well executed pick to give him all kinds of space to get that one off.
Rose passes to Dunleavy. He feeds it to Noah. Bulls moving the ball around. And Mirotic kicks to Butler. The three-pointer no good.
Boy, from my angle, it looked like it was in the bottom of the net. Looked good from here.
Yeah, I'm about as shocked as you are, Clark.
Rose against Kidd-Gilchrist. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. Derrick Rose has certainly piled up the awards for such a young player, starting with Rookie of the Year, with 111 first-place votes to only 5 for the runner-up. We know about his MVP, and that just shines out so brightly for him.
And how about he and Michael Jordan, the only MVPs in Chicago Bulls history.
And the Hornets making a change here. Zeller's checked in. The Bulls leading by 3. And here's Rose. Passes to Mirotic. Feeds it to Dunleavy. The 3. And that one's good.
He hasn't really done much on the offensive end, but he's worked within the team concept to help them get the lead. He's done some other things other than scoring to help his team get the lead here.
Pick by Zeller. Mirotic brings the double team. Kid Gilchrist got space. It's hauled in by Noah. Noah's got his 6th rebound on the night. Butler goes in. Rose with the ball. He's picked up by Walker. Mirotic sets the screen for Rose. Mirotic has a wide open look. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. And now an 8-point Bulls lead. The Hornets have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Here's Walker. And he gets it to go. Walker's got 4 this quarter.
And you know what? He's shaking off the cold shooting performance from the first half.
And the hope for Jeremy Lin last season was that he'd take a step forward in his development, but it almost was the opposite in his play.
And that can happen. You don't always go a straight line north in your improvement in this league. He'd been on an upward swing as far as his shooting accuracy, but last season was the worst since his rookie year in that area.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Well, Kevin, I was able to listen in on what the head coach of the Chicago Bulls was going over in his huddle. He said, we are this close to finishing them off, but the job is not done yet, and I don't want to see any let-up out there. We'll see how well his point got across, guys.
Here's Butler. Butler missing again.
In talking about Lin last season, he never quite gelled with what they were doing in Los Angeles. Both he and Kobe need the ball to be effective, and I got a feeling you guys know which one of those two is going to get it.
Here's Butler. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and their last 3 buckets have come by way of an assist.
And, you know, getting back to Lin, he was actually pretty strong starting out the season. In November, he made 48% of his shots, 37% from downtown. But in April, he only hit 24% from the field and was eventually shut down for the year.
Zeller dishes to Jefferson. He trains the turnaround jump shot.
I love how he used his height advantage on that shot.
And he had the nice soft touch with it, too.
Outside Rose. There's the pass to Mirotic. Back to Rose. Shot from the top of the key. No good. Walker with some nice D. Hornets trail by 9. Outside, Lin. Back to Walker. Makes it off the glass. Walker's got 14 points now in the second half.
Wow, that was no wet spot he slipped on, folks. He just plain broke him down.
Hold on now. That was some kind of move. Somebody, anybody, get an ankle brace for this dude.
That was nice.
Oof. What a move, huh? Hornets have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Here's Rose. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got 6 assists now in the game.
You know, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
It's a stark discrepancy when you look at the assist columns and you see that difference as far as the fluidity in their respective offenses.
Lin with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. And Zeller kicks to Kid Gilchrist. Here's Rose. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
Lanny's checked in for Charlotte. Charlotte calls timeout.
Yeah, too many easy buckets coming from inside, and I think he wants to make that a point of emphasis.
I would certainly think so. I mean, if they keep giving up those kinds of easy looks inside, they'll be in big trouble.
Mirotic against Zeller. It's Kid Gilchrist on the wing. And he uses the glass on the layup.
That's how to orchestrate for your teammate. Terrific pass.
The Bulls leading by 10. Rose passes to Butler. Mirotic sets the screen for Noah. It's deflected. Kid Gilchrist with the steal. 3-on-3. Walker with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. Walker dishes to Jefferson. Screen by Jefferson. And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Lamb. And play stops as it looks like they called over the back here.
Boy, did he go hard to the boards, but clearly went over the back in doing it.
Yeah, kudos for the effort. I always love that kind of effort, but he was just a little overzealous.
Pau Gasol, he's checked in for the Bulls. Lamb passes to Kid Gilchrist. Butler against Walker. Jefferson, a screen on Butler. Dishes it to Zeller. Shot clock at 5. Kid Gilchrist, solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Kid Gilchrist has got it back down to single digits for the Hornets. Well, Chicago has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Dunleavy kicks to Gasol. The dish to Mirotic. Outside Butler to the paint. Here's Rose. No luck. Walker with some nice D.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Good. And that's 13 points for Michael Kid Gilchrist.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Rose dishes to Gasol. Back to Rose. Rose double teamed for 3. Dunleavy. The Bulls keep it alive. And out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Taj Gibson's checked in for Mirotic. Hornets trail by 6. And Lamb kicks to Walker. And Butler sends it back. Outside Rose. Looking to end the...
Oh, my goodness. He's just getting nasty on them now. Wow.
Yeah, now that they've built up a lead, this is when he really breaks out those incredibly slick moves.
Man, like a Ginsu knife, just slicing and dicing.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia. Gibson the screen. Gasol a screen on Walker. Rose passes to Gasol. Can't get it to go. And it's the Hornets taking it the other way. Lamb dishes to Kid Gilchrist. No good from 11 feet.
And good defense there to play up and get a hand in the face.
Well, he's got a tough mindset. He's confident as a defender. And when you combine those two things, it makes it real hard to score on him.
Butler against Kid Gilchrist. Left side Rose. Outside Gibson. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Zeller's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Kid Gilchrist, no luck. Last outing for Charlotte, they won that game against New York. Rose kicks to Butler. Gibson the screen. Inside, off the pitch. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Fellas, that two-hand monster slam was vicious.
I don't think there was anyone, and I mean anyone, that could have stopped him on that one.
I tell you what, I'm glad they didn't try because somebody might have got their feelings hurt.
Hornets trail by 7. Outside, Walker. Here's Jefferson. Gasol with the rebound. Gasol's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Now here's Rose. Outside Gasol. And the 3 off target.
I'll tell you what, you can shake your confidence missing wide open shots like that.
Here's Jefferson. Zeller trying to free himself up. That's good from Jefferson on the assist by Walker. 12 points for Al Jefferson. The Bulls leading by 5. 1:41 left here in the fourth quarter. Rose against Walker. And it's Rose penetrating. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Gibson. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. And the Hornets call time here. They're behind by 7. There's 1:26 left in the fourth quarter. And Lamb kicks to Jefferson. They grab their own miss, but they'll get another chance. Pass to Kid Gilchrist. And another shot. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. They get Paul Gasol.
Looking at the game for Kid Gilchrist. 13 points, and all the steals he's collected only add to his impressive stat line.
And whether he's picking someone's pocket or picking off a pass, he has been a disruptive force out on the floor.
Of course, he didn't have an attempt there in the first half. He's hoping to be a little bit more active and aggressive here and draw some fouls here in the second.
Gibson the screen. Butler kicks to Gibson. He dishes it to Gasol. Good! And the Bulls lead by 8.
And I like how he draws the attention on the inside and then the nice little kick out in rhythm for the jumper.
13 feet away. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play. Al Jefferson no good on the free throw. Chicago's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Gasol fires. Again, the miss by Gasol. Absolutely critical chance right here.
They need this one to go their way.
There's Walker with the 3. The rebound by Gibson. And they go to the intentional foul. And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaker.
Derrick Rose at the line for the Bulls.
That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So it's the Hornets now.
This game's finally gotten away from them.
Yeah, it certainly has. I mean, there's not really much they can do at this point.
And they're able to recover. Now the Bulls with it. The clock now can just run out for the Bulls. Rose against Walker. Outside Rose. And Gibson, here we go. And so it's Chicago winning this one. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds, Clark.
You know what? They showed their character in crunch time, though, doing what had to be done to send these fans home happy.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
This win was punctuated by some quality defensive plays. How important is the defensive execution to your success?
Well, defense got to be always our motive.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan player of the game, Derrick Rose. He found his rhythm in the second half, and there was no stopping him then. He was locked and loaded.
He was doing some serious battling with the bigs down low. He's not.
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny.